All right, welcome in here, builders. Today we are checking out Gold Adventure Gold. Right now it has a very early demo out on Steam for a limited amount of time. They're going to have it up until, I believe it's the 19th, but I'll have that down in the description for you if you want to check it out yourself. They're going to pull it down, work on it a little bit, and then the bigger demo will come out apparently during the summer Next Fest. So this is one I've actually been looking forward to for a while. Recently, we were talking about and we played through some Majesty 2. This has some of those same vibes. Don't let the art style throw you off right away. Give it a chance here. I'm going to throw in, through the magic of YouTube, the trailer, because I really wish they had included the trailer as the opening here, because it really sets the vibe of the game. So by the magic of YouTube, we're going to cut over to the trailer. All right, this is the Gold Adventure Gold reveal trailer, and I wish they would have included this with the demo because I feel like this really sets the mood, and I want to kind of watch this before we jumped into game. I think if you vibe with this, you're going to really vibe with the game. So we have this interesting mix of like cartoon animation and just kind of fun adventure music, etc. And brutal violence. A lot of Majesty vibes in this one. You can see we're just really excited about building up our city here. Or bad things might happen. Also, I absolutely jammed to this song. I think this is amazing. This is, of course, available on both Steam and YouTube if you want to watch it without me prattling on. There's our God Beast. A little bit of Black and White 2 vibes with how you interact with him. We've got all kinds of different heroes, and they're out adventuring for that money. Maybe bad things are happening. But at least you got the gold. I think we all know who the winner is in this situation. Look how happy she is. You can't tell me she didn't win. Yeah, what a vibe on that intro. Coming fall 2024. Wow, that was a great trailer. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the games. We're gonna hit new game. I'm not getting the tutorial tips anymore because I played through it a couple times. I will say, this is kind of rough. And they know it's rough. This is pretty early, but they wanted some feedback. My number one problem I've had with the game beyond just any feedback things, there's some sort of bug that causes units to get stuck. And just depending on who, what, when, and where it happens, it's kind of run ending, unfortunately. But I think this was cool enough that I wanted to show it off a little bit, maybe get some builder eyes on it, and maybe people will be kind enough to go check it out themselves and then leave the devs some feedback. I did hop into their Discord the other day over the weekend, and I was asking around if anyone knew how to avoid that unit stuck bug, which does not seem to be avoidable at the moment. But it looked like the devs were pretty active and pretty chatty, so if you're interested in that. Okay, so we start off with our main castle, and we get farmhouse. This, again, if you're familiar with like Majesty or Majesty-likes, it's going to work very similar to that. So we're going to have some buildings that crop up in our town that we don't get to pick where they go, and others that we will. We have some starting units here. I don't want to unpause yet because I want to show off a few things. So in the demo, it's going to pop up here and tell us they would like us to survive for 6 nights. We are on day 1. We have a day-night cycle. We have a candle that represents the daytime. And when it burns down to the little monster face, we're going to get like an attack wave that we need to defend. It does appear that that attack wave comes from the dungeon. Somewhere on here there is an actual dungeon, and I think that's where the attacks are originating from. We kind of have an interesting start here that we're in a corner of the map. I've never had that. I've usually been in the middle. We have things like, here's a border checkpoint. If we clear this, then it'll expand the map a little bit, and I cannot directly tell my units what to do. Like, I can't pick a unit. I don't think I can get them all there inside, but I can't pick a unit and like right click it to attack. Instead, I have to set attack orders. First thing we're going to want to do though is we're going to want to select our perks. So we have a draw system where as we complete quests, we get perk points. You take your perk points and you get to pick one of 3 choices from I guess like the deck, I'm going to call it, of different perks. As I go through here, I am going to throw out some feedback for the devs just because I don't think I'm going to have time to make a separate video for that. And I'm excited enough about this game that I would love to see it succeed. One thing I would love to see is on this screen, maybe have a reroll option that costs something. I guess gold would probably be the obvious one, or something else. Or have maybe a skip button that gives you some bonus gold, or if the game has mana or something like that. Give a couple more options here, because sometimes you just get 3 options and you don't really care for any of them. And it would be nice just to be able to do something. So we actually really lucked out. We got 3 different unit types. This seems completely random at the moment. Your runs can be pretty determined on your initial 3 draws here. So we could get Gobos, who are kind of like rogues. We could get Spear Warriors. These guys are really cool. They're like Western Mothbin, if that makes any sense. But they seem to be complete garbage. They just die like instantaneously. I don't think they're correctly balanced at the moment. We will take Recruit the Friendly Zombie. These are heavy tanks. I like them a lot. And then, oh wow, we lucked out a lot. We get triple pick of units. Healers, I like healers a lot. The Muladins, these are like cowgirl paladins. They are really strong. I think it's between either the healers or the Muladins. Again, I really like the Spear Warriors, but they seem to be trash at the moment. And I'd like to survive long enough to at least show the game off a bit. I'm really torn between these 2. If I take her and then we don't get a DPS class on our next pick, we're going to be hurting. So I think I'm going to take the Muladin. Oh, and we lucked out. We got healers anyways. Wow, we are very healy, tanky, angled. So next thing, a piece of feedback. This shines to show you it's a button, but this could stand out a little bit better. This is a little cluttered, especially because there's 2 buttons in here. This one allows you to recruit units, and this one is my build menu. Another thing, as you're selecting buildings, let's say I want to build this inn, right? It looks like you don't have any other buildings. You actually have to drag this. This feels weird. I think it might be better to keep it at the bottom, and then like the card you pick gets a little bit bigger, or like pushes up a little bit, so you have the row of them's down flat, and then like the one I'm clicking on and building is like pushed up a little bit, just to save up some UI space. I assume that's why it slides over like that, but I don't know. When I'm building lots of buildings, I tend to find it's hard to see that. All right, just like in Majesty, I want to keep my marketplace safe, and in fact, because we're in the corner here, it's kind of a weird start spot. I'm actually going to shove that over here. Yeah, see how it looked like I had nothing else to build, but if I drag it back over, I actually have all my other buildings. Next, I'm going to place my forge. Again, kind of the same idea here. I just want to keep these buildings really super duper safe. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and place, I have a crypt. This is for my zombies who are pretty tanky. Let's put the healer place where it's the safest. And then we'll put the monastery, and we'll put in our crypt. Now, like you saw at the beginning there, I drafted these. You might get something completely different, so you're not guaranteed to have those exact units. Then the last thing we have here is the inn. The inn allows them to form parties. It also allows them to rest and heal. It also allows them to go inside and hide if they're getting chased down by monsters. So I'm going to place this one pretty aggressively to try to save some hero lives. Okay, let's actually unpause here. So they're coming out of my main building. Survive 6 days. Okay, starting out, we have 2 builders.
Let's build something that lasts.
Let's do that, buddy. And they're going to run around build. Again, I can't control them, so I can't like select him and say I want to build this first. They're just going to choose to do what they're going to do. We have this
we're supposed to pay for all this
mouse tax collector that's going to run around and pick up our taxes. And if they get killed, they drop the money and we lose it. So it's important to me that this unit survives, visits my buildings, and brings the money back. I do think we will see as we play here that it's bugged out. And it doesn't show that they're carrying money a lot of times, but they are. When they come back, you'll see us get it. And then finally, we have our God Beast. And our God Beast is like a really super powerful unit. This isn't us, like we're omnipotent God controller type person, but this is the closest thing we have to something we're controlling. An interesting thing here, and what makes me kind of say, reminds me of Black and White, is we have this menu here. And it appears, I don't know this because it didn't tutorialize it, you select the different actions that they've done recently, and you can reinforce the action or discourage it. So if I want my beast to do construction repair, I'd come in here and pet them or comb them or scratch them. If I didn't want them to do that, I'd get the spray bottle and I'd spray them, say bad cat. I don't actually want them to do any construction repair, but I don't want to stop them at the beginning, so I'm not going to do that. I'll come back to that menu when we have something to actually work on. And I'm going to just unpause here. And they're going to run around. They're going to do some construction. Looks like they're building the healing thing, my marketplace, and my forge. And I'm going to go ahead and just pop it into high speed since we can't do anything yet. Okay, the forge. One thing that's interesting is that the buildings actually have people that work at them, it seems. I don't know if they actually do anything, but this is Sasuke, and it looks like they can level up. I don't know. I've never seen them actually fight. I have seen them get killed. First thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to my forge, and I'm going to just immediately upgrade it. We're going to be able to unlock some permanent upgrades that our heroes can purchase, and I just want to get that lickety split. Okay, here we have the Healer's Haven. This is the building stats. I believe there should be upgrades or something, but I've never figured out how to do that. The other menu here is Recruit. This is our healer. It gives you a little lore blurb about them, and it tells you about them. So strong healer unit, weak combatant, might cause angel hunter to appear, likes healing others. Now, an interesting thing here is, if I leave the game unpaused, it will lower the cost to recruit the unit all the way down to 0. And if it gets to 0, it auto-recruits one for you. There is a limit. If I go to here, I think we can... Not here. Somewhere there shows us... Oh, there we go. 0 out of 4. So I can have 4 of these. I'm going to let the timer tick until all 3 of my buildings are ready, and then I'm going to recruit all 3 at once. And I'm doing that again because the cost is going down if I just leave it be. At the marketplace, we have upgrades. This is kind of interesting. So we can choose what kind of economy we want. We could be a monster economy where monsters drop more gold. We could be a farming economy where we get extra money from our farm houses. And these farmhouses, the longer we keep them alive, they'll drop farm plots and they go up in money a lot. Like a lot. You can make a lot of money from farming. That's been my experience so far, at least. Finally, crafting economy. I'm not sold on that one. So I'm going to go farming economy here. And then once we've generated 3,000 gold here, I can pay and upgrade my market. Go ahead and let time roll here. Different people are working on my buildings. Okay, I've got all my guilds ready, so I am going to go in here. I'm going to recruit a healer. I'm going to recruit a Muad'Din. And I'm going to recruit a zombie. You will see the voice acting for the unit, like callouts, is actually pretty decent. I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and tell them I want you to attack this checkpoint. And by default, that's going to pay out 100. They're going to be motivated enough. I don't need to up that. I'm going to come over to my forge. And weapon enchantment, swiftness, piercing, or enchant power. I didn't get the vampiric one, which is what I would have liked. Stagger enemies, sure. And then I don't have the money needed to upgrade it again, so I'm just gonna have to let it go. All right, and with these heroes, hopefully they're gonna run over here and take this out. Oh, there's a new farmhouse that just popped up. When this breaks, we're gonna have some enemies pop out. Let's bring the speed back down to normal here. And there's the enemies pop out. And again, they can choose to fight them. They can choose to run away. They do seem to have like some class personalities. And I do like that. I definitely is a rough system here, but the idea is good. I also like the combat, and sometimes it gets a little too mosh pitty and you can't actually see what's going on. Like, you'll see the characters have different moves. Like, the healer tends to like, I think she does a melee attack and then jumps backwards. Or you'll see our zombie here will be hitting with his spike shield and then he'll go into like a defensive maneuver. Or I'm not sure what the Muad'Din does. She hits with the hammer and she has like a paladin AoE heal that she does all the time. And when we get some other classes, I'll be able to call out some more. Now, by defeating that, we actually finished a quest. So I get a perk point. Do I want to claim it? Yes, sir, I do. Okay, so like here's a perfect example. Towers are fine, but I would have rather like pay a little bit of gold and re-rolled to try to get another unit type. So I could pick a tower. We could take Final Sacrifice. Your heroes explode on death. This yours should have a capital Y. Units should have a capital U because you have punctuation in here and ditto at the end of those sentences. Again, I'm going to nitpick just a little bit, but I'm nitpicking because I care, not because I'm dissatisfied. I just want to give the feedback I can in the same video. Units explode on death. Heroes explode on death. We'll take the tower. I don't actually want to build one yet. We might put one down. We might put one down here. But again, the cost per is going to increase. And I got to be a little bit careful that I don't get too expensive. All right, I'm going to go for Muad'Din. And I'm going to go for a zombie if we can afford him. We can. And then next one I'm going to recruit will be another hero when we have about 300 gold.
I'm afraid of sunflowers.
Oh, he's afraid of sunflowers. That's a reference. At the inn, you can change the minimum party level and the party size. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to change that. Shows you who's inside. Our builders are hanging out here. And I thought this was kind of cute. So here's one of the builders. He's sitting outside. Sometimes you'll see two heroes sitting together and talking. And it looks like the Rain, the Muad'Din, is up on the balcony just chilling. I'm not going to pick it because it annoys me, but there is a perk upgrade that whatever you're looking at will be set on fire. It's going to put a big oval in the middle of the screen. That's really annoying. There needs to be a way to toggle that off once you pick that upgrade. And it seems to also hit this wildlife that's flying around. Like there's this bird right here, and it looks like another bird there, and like there'll be cats and stuff around. It's super annoying because you'll have numbers pop up all over these animals and they seem to be invulnerable. So they just get in your face constantly and you can't see what's happening. So if it's supposed to kill them, that's fine. They need to be able to be killed. And if it's not supposed to be killing them, then it shouldn't hit them. And either way, that oval that you get when you have that perk should be toggleable. All right, I have another checkpoint here. This isn't going to give me a quest. And here's the dungeon. Okay. This, I believe, is where these guys are going to come from. I did play a couple times over the weekend, but I never had a map spawn where I really could see that very well. So we're going to find out together. It looks like we actually have one of our zombies inside. So it'll give you a little description about what he's doing at each step of his adventure. And he's already level 9. He did a whole bunch of adventuring in here. So he returned from his adventure. He got 55 gold, 191 XP, and an enchanted blade. Now, I don't think we can actually see their equipment yet. I believe it probably would go on the stat card. Another point here, this is incredibly tiny. I know I have old man eyes, but that is like size like 5 on my screen here. I play in 1440p. Now, yes, I can mouse over it, but it doesn't give me the full text. Like, I think this says, yeah, it says melee attack in a very fancy font. That's very hard to read when it's that small. If it's going to stay this small, it needs to be a much clearer font, like the pop-up text here. My preference, I need that to be bigger. That really needs to be a little bit bigger. That's really, really hard to read. Again, I believe here would be where we would see their gear. I don't know if that's fully implemented yet. I do see them run over to the forge and like buy stuff. I just don't know if it's actually doing anything. Here you can see his XP. Here you can see his money. Just like in Majesty-like games, you get the money by them spending it somewhere and then you taxing it, or through other means. Let's go ahead and clear out that. Maybe we can get that done before our first wave. I would like another healer. Hopefully we're going to have enough heroes for this first wave. I'm a little bit nervous about that. And I'm being attacked by like an evil tree. Good job, team. Yeah, definitely take that. And can I get one of these? Yes, I can. All right, again, healer last. I love how some of the classes like move around differently too. So you can see the healer. She's like a fallen angel, I think. So she's able to like jump from building to building, and they like to travel around with that. Like, it just adds character, right? Like, I guess mechanically that can make them a little faster going from point A to point B, but not necessarily and not always. But it's just cute. Like, I like that they move around differently. There's an angel that's like a fighting unit, and he flies. Like, he'll just fly everywhere. Kind of like our little pet is doing. In fact, let's go in here again. Yeah, see here? So Pay taxes. Yes, good boy. Good boy. You definitely pay your taxes. And he gets happy about it. Sell gathered resources. Yeah. Sell things in the market. You should totally do that. Yep. Visit a quest board. Whatever. Recover happiness at an inn. Yeah. You should definitely be happy. I don't know what that does, but I wouldn't want you to be sad. And you can have zoomies. Yeah. Well, here, we'll do some scratches. And I'm just spamming left click here. And we go up to that first one, and just for the sake of showing it off, if you keep doing it, they get ecstatic about it. And conversely, if you don't want them to do it, you just spray them with the spray bottle a bunch. So I think what this is doing is it's weighting their decision tree, essentially. And there's more than this. This is just what he's done recently. Oh, another thing, devs, you've got to allow us to rename characters. In this type of game, I want to be able to name my god beast, and I want to be able to rename my different heroes, so then I can praise and curse them, as it were. Like, I need to have a fire mage, and I need to name them Rex. Like, that just needs to happen. So another piece, just like that's such low-hanging fruit, and people that are into it will definitely like that. Also, it'd kind of be nice if we had, like, okay, so here we have her abilities that she's got. It'd be nice if we had like a little bit of like a thought thing, where it's just like, went to the inn and had fun with a friend, was mad that she spilled her drink, went to the store and bought a nice new sword, just stuff like that. Just because, again, it's just fun, fluffy stuff. It doesn't necessarily even have to really do anything, although that could also act like a log. Okay, so it does appear that those did come from here, so I think we're gonna build a tower on this. We really lucked out on this map spawn. The fact that we're in a corner and the dungeon's right opposite of that, I think we're gonna build a wall of towers and maybe see how many days we can get in here. So zoom in here a little bit. They're actually fighting, and I don't know if it's actually like hit based or if it's just animation showing it, but like it seems like you can like dodge roll out of the way of hits. These characters aren't very dodgy, but like if we had like the Gobbo, you'd see a lot more of that. All right, very nice. Hunt Angry Boar. We completed that. Somebody completed a quest automatically. I didn't even know we had this. We could get angels. Right now, there's angel hunter units. They look like they're like fallen angels that appear if you get this guy. And if they show up, it's basically game over because they're flying and none of your units can, well, the ranger can shoot them, but nobody else can. And nobody can hit them, and they'll just break all your buildings while flying in the air. That is a known issue by the devs, so they're going to change that. Okay, so I could learn Fireball. Deal moderate damage to areas over enemies in a wide area. Units recover faster, but has less health. I'll take the Fireball. So now I have a spell down here, and just like with recruiting, the longer I wait, the cheaper it gets. So good balancing mechanic there. If you're desperate, you can pay the expensive price. If you're not, you can just let it recuperate. Okay, next, I would like, we did clear this out. That's the edge of the map. There should be several more of those. Or maybe not. We have a really weird spawn. Okay, I'm going to drop an exploration flag here. And let's make it 300. I'd like them to actually do that. What I need to do is I'm looking for like some adventure locations that they could go clear. And not only would that get them experience, but that might get me some more quests, and by completing the quests, I would get the perk points. All right, let's go into fast here. We'll see how far we can go. If I don't get the everybody gets stuck bug, we'll go till we lose or win. If we do, then maybe we'll just call it at some point. Robin looks... Ooh, what is this? A wolf lair? All right, so we had a monster spawning here. I didn't even notice. And it does also appear like your beast can learn different skills. I haven't figured out the rhyme or reason to what they learn. Or maybe I just happen to get different ones in different runs. I'm not certain. Wow, you are getting beaten up. You better be careful there. If they die, they do respawn. And you did die, okay. Did take one out. All right, I'm gonna put a bounty on this because I do believe this is going to give us a quest, hopefully. And we'll be able to clear that up and get that perk point. What I really want is Rangers. Rangers seem to be the best unit for DPS. They're ranged and they have AoE, and they're pretty skittish, so they don't tend to die. When things get hard, a lot of our melee units just die. They just cannot stay in combat long enough. All right, we got our Muad'Din and a zombie down here. Okay, another one. There seems to be some weird priority on drawing. So like, these are more important to me than a tree. The tree should fade out easier. Like I can get it to fade out, but it should fade out easier to show me the relevant units. And buildings have the same problem, especially if you have a big tree in the middle of your city. You can't see anything. Careful, Muad'Din. Careful. Her self-heal's keeping her going. All right, let's go. We got money. Let's go to the forge. Let's get that upgraded again. I don't think we're gonna have anything here, but just in case. Yeah, not ready. Let's upgrade the castle, gives it some more HP, and that's another builder. We're at maximum Muad'Dins. We're getting another zombie. Getting another healer. Yeah, look at all these farms that have built themselves. Oh, and here we go. Now we have a sewer. It works exactly how you think. It's gonna spawn things. Very, very nice. Good position for that. Less good. Here's one of those fields. That's from our initial farmhouse. If we load here, 1 out of 3. So here again, it shouldn't say farmhouses 1 out of 3 because obviously it's not counting farmhouses. I have 5 of those. It's counting fields. So that screen right here should say fields 1 out of 3. And by having these up, I believe it's going to make this generate a bunch more income. I think that's how it's working. Again, this stuff up here isn't working. Like income is 0.0. Well, I know it's not because your total income is $5.99. And where is my tax collector? Right here. So see how it says 0 gold? We're at 4,260. Yeah, just turned in gold for me, but it said they had no gold. So just another UI thing that needs to be cleaned up there. Also, you do get a little bit of passive income. I believe the game told me the ghosts that live in my castle walls pay rent. And that's where that phantom income comes from. They didn't call it phantom income, but they definitely should. Another farmhouse. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're popping up over here. I was really hoping they would pop up back here where they were totally defended. We could have been so stupid rich. Okay, let's invest in some archer towers. Because we know that this is where the enemies are going to come from, I'm going to build several. Oh, I'm just short. 2,250. Again, the price escalates every one I build. I am going to save up for just a second here, and I'm going to build that final one. Hurry up, tax collector. Hurry up, ghosts. There it is. Oop, and mouse wheel can shift through here. There we go. My best run, I had a fountain that could passively heal in an AoE, and I just spammed a bunch of fountains around, and I kind of just like heal tanked all the enemies. All right, here we go. We have incoming shortly. Anyone in here? Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. We got a lot of people in here. Holy moly. I'm not sure what that's... I guess dungeon power reduced. So I think what you want happening is them to go into the dungeon, which lowers the dungeon power. Then when they spill out of the dungeon, they won't be so bad. However, I haven't figured out how to get them in here. If I right click this, I could defend it or explore it. But the explore seems to just be go to this location, not go in the dungeon and go exploring. So I'm not certain how to incentivize them to go in there. It might also just be a class thing where some classes are much more interested in going in the dungeon than others. They do get lots of money and experience from that, so I really do want them going in there because they're getting all that money and all those levels. Okay, nobody's in there. We can look at our past stuff here. They're getting lots of experience, getting some gold. Everyone's getting enchanted blades, apparently. Okay, that's not too bad for a night, too. I'm going to throw just an attack flag just to lure heroes to the area. I would love it if we could kill them before they take out my towers. We'll see. One of the problems I tend to see, because there's a big group of high-level enemies, a lot of times my heroes just refuse to engage no matter how much I up the price, because they're scared of how much power is here. And if they won't attack, I can't kill anything, so it's a bad cycle. Okay, a couple of them are here, a healer and a zombie. He's taking out that level 20. Also, hero levels and enemy levels do not seem to mean the same thing. Like, We're destroying that level 20 with a level 5 with a little bit of healing support. I wonder if they're... Oh, that's another thing. I wish there was an easy way to see if they're in a party. There's this, but I don't know what that means. Like, we have the inn. I believe there are parties. Those are people who are in the inn. If I find one of my other heroes, they're all over here for some reason.
I'll patch you up, I guess.
Oh, okay. It does show which party they're. Okay, so those other two are not partied up. Weirdly enough.
Greener pastures.
And market. I can upgrade it. Select a perk. Collect double gold, but your gold vanishes every morning. We could get a bank, or your warriors arrive with more gold. I'm going to take the bank. I know what it does already. It allows me to get another tax collector. You might also be able to return taxes to it. I don't want to build it near any of those sewer entrances, so it is going to end up somewhere over here. Not sure why that doesn't want to build. Let me try that again. Oh, because I have 34 gold. That's why it doesn't want to build. All right. We did lose one tower. That's not too bad, actually. Especially if we didn't lose any heroes. And we did lose somebody. We could go in here to check. So if I go here, we're at limit. I don't know. Maybe adding a number here might be useful, but maybe that's a little too much clutter. Yeah, I'll pay the 36. Get them now. These are the farmhouse ruins. You don't seem to be able to rebuild these for some weird reason. I don't know why. I could leave the rubble there, or I could pay to clear it. I'm going to leave that. This is my tower, and I will rebuild. I would love to have a rebuild all button somewhere. When you get lots of things destroyed, it can be rather annoying going around and like trying to find every foundation that I want cleared. All right, we did complete destroy the wolf den. Yes. We did not get a unit again. Bolts of lightning fall over small area. The more spells you have recently cast, the more powerful the storm. Units may rescue other creatures from the dungeon. I'm probably going to take that. Burn your enemies just by... Yeah, this is the one I was complaining about that puts the big circle on my screen. I'm not going to do it because it's super annoying. I'm going to take Prison Break. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll pull something cool out of the dungeon. I would absolutely love it if they would go spam that. Okay, we did explore this corner. Man, this map does not have a lot of quests for some reason. Something was down here that I cleared out. Normally, you'd find like, oh, hey, here's a lich you have to go kill, and here's a mold guy you have to go kill. We'll throw a 300 there. What a weird map. What a weird map. Usually the ones I was getting over the weekend would put me in the middle, and I would have a checkpoint in the 4 compass directions, essentially. And then the dungeon would be really far away. Oh, uh-oh. So this is one of those angel units that I didn't want because they bring in the angel hunters. Hopefully he doesn't get me killed. Hopefully. And see what I mean, though? Like, he flies around, which I think is just so nice. We have the little hopper one, the fallen angel who hops around, and we have him. What else have I seen? So there's the gobbo who's like a thief, the ranger who is a bow ranger, and there's like a fallen muad'Din. It's like a dark paladin. I think I've rescued those from here. I'm not sure where else I would have gotten one of those. So I know I didn't have a building. Okay, strange. Maybe they changed the map gen a little bit. There was a patch. Here's one. There was a patch at some point during the week. So maybe they fixed up a couple things. So far, nobody's gotten stuck, which is great. Very happy with that. Okay, we have 6k gold. Do we have anybody who's not maxed out? Everyone's maxed out. That is so unfortunate. I don't know why this map generates so few perk points. Normally I'd have 6 or 7 at this point. I guess since we have nothing else to spend our money on, I'm gonna drop more towers. We'll do one by each of the sewers. This is kind of wasteful because I kind of like to have the sewers as a way to have my heroes train. On the other hand, though, they disrupt my tax collection, and we can't have that. Castle is already maxed out. Market is maxed out. Forge. Okay, I believe these are in-game, but they're not translated, so they don't show up. I have no idea what these are. Keen Eyes gives us further view range, but we're basically done with exploring, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I picked that one. And this shows us what's for sale. So different staves, or some ring mail, and they can go buy these things. But again, I don't really see, like, she does have a bag icon, so I believe she went and bought something, but I can't see what it was. I love, by the way, that the forge has a pet dragon that, like, heats up the forge. That's awesome. I kind of like the, like, 2D paper craft look of some of these things. All right, we've got our next invasion coming up here. We're on day 3 out of 6. We did not get very cleared here, so this should be a lot stronger than it was last time. That is unfortunate. All right, yeah. Again, though, this is a very cool looking building, but I'm zooming out as far as I can, and you can't see behind it. I don't believe you can rotate either, so. Okay, this is a lot nastier than it was last time. Let's throw an attack out, and we'll throw some money on it. I think I'm going to do the other, at least another one, just to make sure everyone hopefully heads in this direction. Yeah, look how fast they down that tower, like, instantly. While they're all together, let's drop a fireball. And I'm going to spam it again. We're probably just going to pay our way through this fight. Oh, my in. Alright. That should do me. I don't want to blow them all up because I need them to be... I need to level my heroes by having them fight. But I think that was a loss had I not done that. Guys? Zombies? You're not gonna finish the guy off? He was really close. Alright, just let the tower do it, I guess. Alright, well, good investment on my part with this tower, I suppose. No, my farm, you jerks. Anybody gonna... Yeah, see, look, these guys are, like, confused on what to do, or they couldn't pathfind that. Yeah, that was my old farm, too, so money's gonna be down for a bit. Okay, so we're going to rebuild. We're going to rebuild. We can rebuild. Can't rebuild these. I'm going to clear these out, I think, because I would like new buildings to pop up in that area. Ditto here. All right, again, that wasn't actually too bad. That was not too bad. All right, now everyone, go clear out the dungeon. We don't have any other quests for you to do. You might as well go do that. I do see that there's something like right here. I can see when I do that, there's a tree and then there's like something there off in the horizon. Could drop another exploration flag. Sure. 300 seems to be the magic number to get these bums going. The Rangers, I think, actually get experience for exploring. Again, though, we just didn't luck into that. We still do not have another perk point. Also, I think this guy is stuck. Luckily, it's not mine. But he is making my tower just shoot at him instead of be ready for something else. Alright, are you guys exploring or are you going to go to the dungeon? You're... Maddened Heretic. Yeah, this is one of those. No, I had one of these, but this is one of the other units. So there's the Maddened Heretic. Hit her with your hammers. We don't allow heresy around these parts. I like that the units tried to run away and, like, get healed. Now, hopefully, yeah, there we go. We did not let her. So we slayed the heretic, so we gained a perk point. Alchemy creations, random copy. Units may rescue other creatures. We already picked that once. I don't know why that came up again. We'll take the alchemy lab. That's at least something new. And we also completed hunt slugs. I've never seen them use the training camp, but I'm going to take it anyways, just in case it is working. Okay, the potion shop. Oh, beautiful. We can put it in a nice, safe location. Beautiful. And then training camp. Again, I don't know if I've ever actually seen them do anything here, but we'll plop it anyways. potion shop's going to be really nice. They can get some healing potions, and that'll really increase the survivability of my tankier people. Or anyone in general, frankly. Alright, laboratory. We're going to immediately upgrade it. Okay, poison resist, no, damage resist potion, speed potion, or experience. We'll take the damage resist. And then I guess that's our only upgrade. So they're making some potions here. Or no, I guess they're making gear here. Potions and gear, apparently. But that is fine. I swear I was able to upgrade that twice before, but maybe not. And you're full, right? Totally. Alright, so those are the upgrades I managed to get. I don't think we're going to get any more. Stop attacking my tower, please. We do have our fireball available. This Angel's pathfinding is not doing a very good job. He's not attacking, he's just floating back and forth. Somebody want to take care of this for me, or, you know, just, it's cool. We'll throw a little bounty there. Where is everybody? Oh, they're all like in town. Snail. Okay, we did not find any dungeons or anything. Ditto up here. Strange. Yeah, see, nobody's heading over here now all of a sudden for some weird reason. And so now its monster threat is capped out. This is probably going to be a bad one. Day 4 is usually what wipes me out. It does seem like the pathfinding is a little better, so maybe that's something they worked on in that patch. So I had a lot of people who were like going back and forth, like they couldn't decide what they wanted to do if I didn't downright get stuck before. But yeah, I mean, I like the aesthetic here. You know, very bare bones right now, and they know that. They know that. They're just looking for some feedback here so they have some time to work on it before next fest. But I think it's got a pretty good skeleton on it. Okay, here we go. Fireball. And we're going to do a little bit of spamming here. Yeah, look at this. My level 5 is already going to die. Get out of there, level 5. Get out of there. Nope. And this is another problem. So you'll get in this death spiral where they'll die and then a new one will get recruited, but now I've got a level 1 zombie that can't do anything. So I assume the way to mitigate that is supposed to be this training arena, but I've never seen anyone come over here and train. We'll work on finishing moves, critical rate, sure. We'll give that a try. We did survive the night though. So that's rather nice. Let's take you out. I guess let's explore over here. And then just for the sake of it, I'm going to try. If I drop a flag here, my choice is explore or defend. I don't think defend's what I want, so let's put a 300 gold, 400 gold explore. Maybe that'll get them to go into there.
Thank you, I'm fine.
Come on, buddy. There you go. Good zombie. He avoided a poison dart trap. Nice job. I don't know what depths is. CR 44, CR 20. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, I see. So these are available missions that these guys are taking. Okay, that makes sense. So they're only going to go in here if they're strong enough, I assume, to attempt these. Active expedition. Retrieve the wand. This is a CR 20, so we could put you in there. That's a healer, a healer. All my healers are high level and everyone else has been dying. That's perfect. Put a Muad'Din and put a zombie and finalize party. Okay, here we go. Maybe this wasn't working before because I swear I've been in this menu before. So the upper levels, I guess they can just go in there solo, and then the depth I can assign. Let's see what this does to that. That was not my party coming out. That was just random people. I think this is my party arriving. Okay, okay. That's the wand. Oh, I guess we only have the wand or the other. Okay, again, here's a spot where the UI is kind of on top of itself, so I can't see those top lines. Could be a way. Just this needs to be shrunk, I suppose. Okay, so it's just auto running some combats in there. That's fine. We'll see what this does to monster threat. Hopefully it makes it go down greatly. If that's the case, then I think we can make it to day 6 pretty easily. We have plenty of money for just spamming spells. Very unfortunate that we had so few perks on this map. I really wanted to show the Ranger and the Gobbo. I like those quite a bit. The Mothman too. I really like the Mothman character, but they're garbage. They just literally auto die all the time. I've never even seen one get to like level 10, even if I tried to baby it a little bit. Okay, it's close to time that they're gonna attack. Are you guys like getting close? We getting close because they're coming out soon, and you guys are kind of my high levels. Yeah, see, like these ones, I don't know what they're doing. They're like indecisive whether they can go in here or not for some reason. So they keep trying, and then they keep running away like, oh, it's too scary. Oh, but maybe I'll do. No, it's too scary. Okay, I assume they completed it. Claim reward. Unlock perk Sangromancy. All right, what is Sangromancy? Earn a small amount of gold every time a creature dies. Okay, interesting. So we can get some more perks by running those. Perfect. Okay, I'm not going to send anyone in yet because I want them outside when our nighttime comes through. That's pretty cool. It'd be really nice if we have maps that have like multiple dungeons with different like monsters and quests in them on the same map. Okay, I'm super curious. We might actually get to the day 6. I couldn't do it like I mentioned at all because I was getting the units. They would generally go up here and then just get stuck. Like they were trying to like path to something that wasn't there, if I had to just guess. I would wish we could have another quest here. I keep looking to see if there's like a monster spawn or something I can click on. You know, well, no, don't do it while the monsters are coming. I want them to stay in town. If we survive the night, we'll do that. Do we have a tower that's dead? That's a little bit of an oof. Please build me a tower. And you know what? We lose if our main castle gets destroyed. Do I have a spot I can put a tower near it? We do. We'll have our builders work on it. All right, here they come. No levels on them yet. A Great Beast Oz. Great Beast Oz. Level 45. I don't love that. Okay, that is a very nice group to hit with a fireball. Oh boy, they're just ripping through me. Okay, again. We're gonna use the power of money to beat this. I am not above that. Alright, come on guys, come on, get in there. Great Beast Oz is causing problems. I'm a little nervous we have multiple angels also. I wish you guys were not here. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, that was not too bad. All right, get rid of those ruins, rebuild that. Get rid of that, rebuild that. Rebuild that. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know if we need to play through the next day or if we win when we get to day 6. We shall find out. Another thing they did say that they're going to change is less heroes, but they get more powerful with higher levels. Because you can already see, I've only got 3 guilds. And look at my screen right now. We probably have 20 or 30 units on it. It makes for a lively town, yes. But it also is just a lot of visual clutter. Like, this tells me nothing. There's just so many people here. All right, are we in morning for day 6? Or is this technically day 5? We gotta do that one more time. If we do, the plan is we're gonna spam some more archer towers. Mainly just to buy time. 17,000 for the next tower, just for those of you playing at home. We're on day 6, so it said survive 6 days. So I assume if we survive the fight tonight, we win. Nothing else I can really do. Would you please stop that? Why are you attacking my crops? They seem to like spawn out of the woods just randomly. I've never figured out what the rhyme or reason to them is. Somebody stop that man. He's attacking my tax base. Ah. We did get him. Another one, again, I know it's a demo, but the music needs to be on a little tighter repeat. These long periods of silence. It shows me that there's a little bit of sound, but it just must be like some sound effects, because it's definitely not the music. Come on. There it is. Okay, so I should probably assign someone here again. So we did the wand. I guess we tried this one. And we'll do... Okay, here we go. Alden the Daring is our highest level Muad'Din. We'll do our 2 highest level priests. And then what's my highest zombie? 13? Yeah. See, my zombies have been dying, so they're not very powerful. Alright, if you guys could go clear that for me, that'd be very cool. Also, I've not really been... oh, we have a different beast. I'm pretty sure it was like Robert or something earlier. Yeah, and you can see they don't have any of this. I could get you to explore the dungeon. You should definitely explore that dungeon for me. And I believe in the full game, like we saw in the trailer, our beasts can grow up, and they probably grow up based on like what we do in here, or maybe what they fight or eat or something. Because I think there's going to be multiple god beasts, not just the one. Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh, interesting. So this one just put up like a little greenhouse instead of the regular patches. Oh, that looks really nice. That's a cute little graphic. Somebody said something about they were able to upgrade guilds. I assume that must be a perk I've just never got the option to get. Oh, here we go. Train movement. I don't think I've ever had that in here before. I'm also clicking it and nothing's happening.
My wings.
Try that again. Nope, nothing there either. Okay. May just not be active yet. Alright, Knight. Show me what you got. Also, I don't know how if it's been obvious, but the sun is rotating and we get moving shadows quite strongly. And considering how much shadow the game is rendering and the particle effects, it runs all right. It's not great, but they're definitely not at the optimization phase. Most people tend to do that towards the end of dev, so it's running all right. I played maybe 3 hours, I would say, total, and I don't think I had any crashes or anything. I did have that one bug, but it seems stable at least. Ooh, there's a little windmill. Again, like, okay, I have a windmill. What's it do? Like, I feel like this text is missing. It'd be nice if it gave buffs or buffs the income of things or something. Okay, here it comes. Did you guys get done in there, or are you still inside? They did claim reward. Whatever it was, I did not see anything pop up. Grip, Shooting Tower, Healer, Fireball, Bank, Prison Break. Yeah, we did not get anything. Okay, right off the bat, let's drop a Fireball. Okay, because we have some decently high ones, they're relatively happy to engage. One of my problems before was I just was having trouble keeping people alive, and so when these would spawn, there was no one high enough level to really like try to stop them. Yeah, that was pretty good. And I think that's because I've been keeping this down. Sure. I mean, there's no reason not to, right? Send our highest level. And I think we're going to try to level some zombies. We won't send 2 healers this time. Okay, when is it technically the end of day 6? I want to see my victory screen. I do enjoy... Are you actually... Okay, you did unbug whatever was stuck here. Although it looks like these ones are stuck. See how they're just standing still? They should be attacking buildings or something. Angel Hunters attack. No! We have no ranged characters, so I can't do anything to them. Yeah. Oh, but the towers. The towers. And the fireballs. No, Angel Hunter. You're not allowed to ruin... Yeah, when they fall to the ground, then everyone jumps on them. Oh, we lucked out that she just roamed into my towers, though. Okay, here comes another one. Yeah, she's destroying my farms. By the power of capitalism! Just yell, capitalism compels you, and throw some coins at her. Okay, well that worked. Again, missing graphic on the fireball, but again, dev demo, that is totally fine. Obviously that'll get added in. Okay, that was lucky. Last time I had those, I didn't have fireball, so I was not able to do it. So there we go. We got to the victory screen. What did this take me? Oh, about an hour, give or take. Okay, not too bad. Very basic, but pretty fun little demo here. Of all the Majesty-likes I've seen, this one is both the most unique, but also the most true to Majesty. So that is a really good combo. I really like that. I didn't hear a ton of the voice acting I was getting before. I must just be like the Mothman has a lot of vocal lines, and I think the Gobbo has some. So unfortunately, we didn't get to hear those, but I love the premise. I think this is a great start here. I'm really looking forward to it. I will leave a link to the Steam page in the description if you want to check it out yourself. As mentioned, this is a limited time demo for now. I think it closes on May 19th. So if you missed that, you'll have to look out for it at Steam Next Fest. I believe they're going to have an update to the demo then. So we will definitely be circling back around and checking out again. I really have that song stuck in my head from the trailer. What a great little catchy tune. And it really sets the vibe where it's like fun and adventure, but then people are dying. Like gruesomely for greed and gold. So a neat little game here. Very, very happy with that. Let's go back to menu. Yeah, and there we go. You can see there's some sort of like Cthulhu beast behind the dungeon door. Thought that was pretty cool too. All right, builders, hopefully you enjoyed this little look into Gold Adventure Gold. I'm looking forward to this one. All right, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Check out the demo on Steam, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Babble out.